YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Sanders, or Like Knight, as some people like to call me on Twitch and Twitter. And I am a aspiring filmmaker, graphic designer, visual effects artist, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I really like trying to figure out new things, and one of the things that I really enjoyed about film school and learning about what I learned about in film school was visual effects, and something that I am still trying to learn how to do. As I try and learn these things, I'm hoping that I can be able to record the process that I go through to create certain things after doing research on my own, so that we can learn and grow and become better using After Effects and similar softwares together. I am relatively new at After Effects. I've dabbled in it a little bit and played around with different things, watching tutorials and different things with other content creators, and really enjoy the software. But I really want to learn how to do things on my own and learn how to make cool, fun things, cool, fun animations, and things along those lines. So to do that, I figure what better way to do that than to record myself doing it, put it on YouTube, and have people judge me. Just kidding. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is I wanted to make something very simple, something very straightforward and easy to make. But we have, I see these on a lot of different people's pages where they have a reveal of the logo for their social media handles, and then it looks like the animation is clicked, and then it disappears. And so I wanted to make something like that, and I figured to start, we will actually just go ahead and make one for Twitter. And so we're going to make a new composition, and this one is just going to be called the logo. And so we want to make sure that the logo is the only thing that is in this comp. So I've already gone ahead and I've found a picture that I want to use for this. This is pretty simple, straightforward. I'm not going to animate this at all. We just want to make sure that that is set as the logo. And now we're going to go ahead and we are going to make another composition. And in that composition, we are going to name this one text, because we just want to have a text layer. And this one all we're going to do is we're going to add a text layer. And this one is just going to say my Twitter at like a night _. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that we align this center and center, just so that way it is in the middle of the frame. Oh, did not mean to make a second one there. And we're going to come back here to this composition, and we're going to do the same thing. Oops, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to click on that, and we want to align it and align it. So that way, right here, we can see that we have two compositions. So now what we want to do is we want to do a new composition again, and this one is going to be where we put them both together. And this one's going to be full logo, or we'll just say complete. Well, no, we'll do text and logo. Text and logo. That's what we're going to call it. So in this composition, we actually want to pull both of these and drop them in here. As you can see, they're both lined up center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up each of these where I want them separately. And we're going to have that here, and then again I'm going to pull this back in so it's closer. That way they are both kind of lined up evenly. Now, with that in place, we have our full logo. Now we have to do is go ahead and animate. So to start, we're going to animate the logo first. I'm going to zoom in just so we can see it a little bit better. What we want to do is we want to have it to where the logo isn't present. So we want to have it to where at the very beginning of this, it is at 0 opacity, because we don't want it there. And then I want to say probably about one full frame in, maybe, or 1 full second in. Actually, that's the word. 1 full second. At 1 full second, we are at 100% opacity. So that way it is present. Similarly, I don't want to have it, I want to have it rotate. I don't want it to just pop in. I want it to kind of rotate in. So that way it's moving. We don't want it to end at the same time it loads. So we're going to have it actually go just a smidge longer than so it takes a little longer to do the full rotation. And again, same thing with scale. I want it to be at 100% when it gets here, but then I want it to be at 0. So I want it to gradually come in, just like that. See how that looks? That looks really great, doesn't it? All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to animate it going out. We want to do it about the same time frame, the length of time. We want to have all of these set to here, so that way we are all at the same point. But we want to go ahead and offset these two here by a similarly half of that time frame. So that way, it starts the shrinking and the rotation prior to the fade. Okay, and so then we want to set it ourselves back at the very end here. We're going to go to 0, 0. We're going to go 5, 0, 0. And we want to set this to 0. We want to set this back to 0. And we also want to set this to 0. That way, when it animates out, it all animates out together. So it goes in slowly, nice and slow, and it goes out nice and slow. See, that's pretty simple. Now what we want to do is we want to go into the graph editor. We want to make sure these are all set to easy ease because we want them to be this to all happen smoothly. Easy ease and easy ease. Now, for the rotation for this easy ease, what I want to do from here is I want to actually make it rotate faster in, and then I also want to make it rotate faster. Oops. Undo that. I want to make it rotate faster on its way out. So that way it kind of comes in and it settles so that it can settle out. You see how that looks? That looks really good. Now we got to animate our text. I think the text is going to be simple because we're not actually changing size or anything with the text. We are just going to bring it in. So all we need to do is animate the opacity. And we want this to be at 0% at the very beginning. And then after the logo is about right, after it's fully in, but right before it finishes its rotation, we want it to start coming in. So we want it to stay at 0 here. And then once it finishes its rotation, the logo is at the handle is at its full. And we're going to do the same thing on its way out. So I think it's still rotating slightly here, which is fine. And we want to do the same thing. So about here, we want it to stay at a full opacity, and then we want it to be gone by about here. So that way we leave the logo leaving all at the same time. So it's at 0% to the end. So this is what that looks like. I think that looks pretty good. I do think that the change in opacity is rather quick here, so I'm going to actually extend that out slightly. We're going to extend that out slightly. There we go, that's better. But that is similar to what we're going to do as well, as we're going to do the easy ease here. We want it to look smooth as it goes through. Perfect. All right, now So with that done, we have our basic animation here that we want to do. Now what we need to do now is we need to make it look like it's being clicked on, which is pretty simple. We are actually going to do a pre-comp here, and this is going to be of the click animation, and I want to have that as a separate composition. And that we are going to basically pick, we got to pick a good spot. So we want to make it so that this sits here pretty good. Then we want it to show that it's being clicked. And I think right about here, really right here, actually, it's a good spot to set the scale. And all we're going to be doing is adjusting the scale. So we want to do a couple frames here, and this is going to go down to 90 because we just want it to shrink slightly. We want it to go up, and after 2 frames we want it to go, then we want it to go a lot bigger, and then we want it to go back to the regular size. So it looks something like this. So it looks like it's actually being clicked on. And again, we are going to go, we want to select all these, and we want to ease them. But at the same time, we want to adjust this slightly. So from here, for this specific frame, we want to make sure that they go like this. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go in and then out like that. See what that looks like. So it shrinks. I do think that is, this need to come in just a bit more so that it looks like it's, I think that's good. So if we come here, where's that scale sitting at? Let's go ahead and shoot. Not what I wanted to click. I want to click right in here. I want to see what the scale ends up getting up to. That's good. And then it sits, and then it fades away. All right. So now that we have that full composition completed, we want to go ahead and do one more pre-comp. And pre-compose the whole thing as one full composition. We're going to say this is the final comp because it is done. We want to bring in all the attributes for everything here, and we want to go click. So now we can look at everything along the way. And if that way we also can, if we need to go back and adjust something, we're not having to adjust each individual portion. So for the text and logo, this specific composition has everything together. If we click on click, hold on. These are, this one, hold on. This is supposed to be final comp. Final comp is this. It's supposed to have click. Click is supposed to have the text and logo. Text and logo. Why does the text and logo have final comp? That is wrong. So this is supposed to be text and logo. See, this is some of the things that I have to learn here. So we're gonna relabel this, rename this 1. I'm going to rename this text and logo. Now this is actually the animation. This is the reveal animation. And then this is the click. So that way when we look at the final comp, this is the reveal. This is the actual animation for the reveal. If we click on the click one here, is the animation for the click. The final comp has all of it in there. Should have everything. Final what reveal composition should only have the logo and text. The click composition. Final comp. The final comp should contain the click animation. Or click animation should contain the final comp. Hold on, I'm confused. This is where I have to learn a bit more about organization of what pre-comping means, because if I pre-compose this, I mean technically the click is completed. But why does my final comp composition have only the reveal when it should say it has click? Because my final comp should be click, should have click. Right? Logo's that's fine. Text is that's fine. The click, and this is the click animation. Let's animation. That's the click animation. And this is the reveal animation. And this doesn't have anything. No. Why does my final comp actually have the click? I know why. Because final comp should have the click animation. We need to just delete the final comp here. Okay, so the click animation here is gone. What? Undo. Why? I'm so confused. This one should be the final comp because there's no adjustments here. So click animation should be the final comp. Or rename these. Final comp. And this is supposed to be the click animation. Okay, so that should be where I need it, because this contains both the text and logo animations, so that's the reveal animation. Then this is the click animation that has the reveal. And then we have the animated click, and then final comp should only have click animation. There we go. That's where it's supposed to be. Sorry that took me a little bit. I know probably some of you are more used to that than I am, but that's what I wanted it to look like as far as the organization goes. But with that, this is kind of the format that I want to do. I'm learning. I know that there are a lot of you out there that are also learning or want to learn After Effects, and so I feel like this is a great way for you to also learn alongside me as we try and tackle this beast of a software together. If you have ideas or you have suggestions to help make my life or the lives of anybody else who watches this better, please feel free to leave those in the comment section. Also, like and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content as I continue to try and learn After Effects. We will delve into some more intricate things as far as After Effects, creating imagery and things along those lines. But for right now, I just wanted to start with something very simple that anybody can do as long as you have access to After Effects and any images. If you like what you saw, give me a like and subscribe. And until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day.